Alright. Hey guys, what's up? It's WesconatorTheGuy, and yeah, Thanksgiving's upon us, so I decided for this year I would do a little bit of a look back. It's a throwback Thursday. Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. So yeah, this counts. So I figure I'll go back to the Visit series on the ones I've made where it's pretty much what if my monsters on other people's islands, or just MSM song stuff in general, if it's not necessarily an island, because a chunk of these aren't islands. But yeah, so I'll go back through them from the first one to the most recent one. And it's kind of, well, let's maybe give some insider information. Who knows, reflect on like how much I've improved on doing these as time passes, because let's see, the first one here, this is July 1st, 2019, so over 2 years ago. And yes, it's Flaming Factory, the OG version, because I know it updated. Did the full version of it ever come out, or are we just stuck in the individual sounds for now? I forget. I'll have to look at that. Alright, so why don't we start with number 1. My Monsters Visit Flaming Factory. Let's go. So this is earlier on when I was still figuring out editing and stuff, so I wasn't able to like record any of the moving stuff. So I just put images together. And there's Zarpy, the first monster put in one of these. Yep. There's Ring Dong and Sand Wrestle coming in on platforms. These are edited Cloud Island pieces, if it's hard to tell. I only put in the most effort on these. Got Phantasm. There's Roborg and Claret. And yes, the audio quality on the earlier ones is not the best. And you could hear there was some kind of audio error. I think I accidentally hit a weird button on the keyboard I was using. And there's Hatonk. I forget which first appearances are in this exactly, because I think this is Hatonk's first appearance. That effect I tried to replicate, but the timing ended up being off. I think it still kind of worked. So yeah, that was first run at it, and overall I think I did pretty good. If I were to go back, I'm probably not going to, but if I were, I would definitely give it better audio quality. And for visual stuff, of course, fix the timing, but otherwise, yeah, I think this was a successful start to the thing. Alright, what do we have next? We have Discomforting Islands. This one's from July 6th. And so is the next one, but we'll get there. Yeah, so for this one, I tried to match the more spookier atmosphere it gave by putting in mostly spirit element monsters. So, yeah. Like the previous one, it starts off without any of my monsters initially, but I think, yep, there's Plucky and Plinky. then Electra. I just love the stupid little expression I gave him. like a big goofy guy. Yeah. And Electra again. So it's the same sound, but I timed it a little bit differently on the parts, because it worked both ways. The quick transition, not a fade, from Electra to Plucky and Plucky. And the old Solon design, which I did for Spirits Resurrected, I fully redesigned. Well, not just for that, it's the official redesign. Which is definitely better because the old Solon is, of course, very heavily based on the Super Mario Galaxy boss Bouldergeist, which is my favorite boss from the game, so... But yeah, I have changed the design very much to make it more of an original appearance. And yeah. So this Solon sound was a little like the first one, except it had a little bit more editing to it. I think the audio is definitely better on this one than the Clean Factory one. And here's Mudahorn, the non-spirit monster of this. And then Marinote comes in. And Mudahorn goes out. As the song wraps up, and Solon come in one last time. Very, very low quality jump scare there. Yeah, in the few days in between them, I'd say a little bit of improvement happened. The next one, you can definitely tell how old this one is. But Scar Island, from artist formerly known as Bunty. I'd say of all of his songs, this is my... At the time, did I mention it in the description? Yeah, Serenity Spring had come out, and then that one became my favorite. And then the Crescent Castle, the one after that became my favorite. So this is currently sitting at my third favorite. But it's good. And this has some good monster introductions. I did edit this image a little bit, if it wasn't obvious, with the hats Truckus and Duckalar are wearing. There's Astrobase. It's fun seeing all of the old versions of them for the redesigns I still have yet to put out. Yeah, the new Astrobase, I really like how it kind of simplifies the design a little bit. I'll flash it on screen and give you a little view of it. There's the old version of Marimbold. At some point in the creation, I think I had mixed up a marimba and a kalimba, which they sound very similar, so that's why the name doesn't necessarily match the old appearance and instrument, but the new design, which we'll get to later, fixes that problem. And then Aya. I think this is the first Aya appearance. And then they both I like about making content is I get to use full range of vocals, because you got something like that with A. And then here's the first appearance of the redesigned three-dimensional Retroid, because up until that point he had just been the flat two-dimensional being. All thanks to Echo. I couldn't ask for a better Retroid appearance. And Rulu P. Master Bass comes in one more time, because that guy loves being there. He's having so much fun, aren't we all? And we got UFA. You can see I had initially drawn it as one eye open. Sorry, both eyes open. One eye is open on this, but I closed one eye, but I couldn't erase the line for it. Oh well. That's not a redesign I have currently set, but I do plan to at some point. I might adjust the colors mainly, but I'll keep the design pretty similar. You know, maybe I can work in some interesting lines on the head so it's not just blank. Oh, yeah. It's the first AS sound. I still think it's one of the best of mine. So yeah, and then for these three I had put together their individual sounds into one video, but I didn't do it for the rest of them. So yeah, if you want to hear all the individual sounds I made for those three, you can find it on my channel. Alright. Next we have July 16th. We have Masirika. Or if I'm pronouncing it wrong, then I have pronounced it wrong. But yeah, I think of all the songs I've done, this is the longest one. Yeah, here we go. And then this one doesn't have any of the monsters visual. I just used the background. There's Slumber. The Slumber's design is also a bit more reminiscent of its inspiration. There's Vibgyor. Vibgyor is one of my favorite of my monsters that I've made. Yeah, Slumber's appearance came from the Naughties from Kirby. It's a little less obvious than the Bouldergeist thing, but I have that redesign in the works, and I like how it came out. I still have to give it color, but Slumber had a lot of flat coloring, which was supposed to represent the sleep, the laziness part. Yeah, maybe I'll keep that, maybe I won't. Here's Calypso. So you can hear the sound doesn't necessarily match, but because I was kind of rushing some of these, they were all coming out at similar times. If I were to go back, I would definitely try to make sure the sounds fit all the chords and everything. It's Ringdong's appearance. And then Retroid only plays 2 notes and stuff, but I added the idea of them talking in like a very filtered voice, and that kind of became canon. I think I only put it in one other video so far, but I do plan to have it show up again in the future. Looks good comes up again for this part. If I were to do a bigger song like this again, maybe I'd give some monsters multiple tracks. I think that's another thing I didn't really do in these that much. There's UFO again. Oh yeah, I had fixed the PNG so the unerased part of the eye is gone. So okay, I did go back and fix that. There's Vibgyor again. Oh, it's such a simple monster. It's just a pyramid with 7 colored eyes floating around. And then its name is, of course, Roy G. Biv, backwards. And his crawler, so... When I got the image of the drawing for editing, there was some shadow going on, so that's why one leg is darker than the other. But I feel like that does also fit the element well, because the spirit monsters I've made, those tends to lean on the spookier side of things, so... Yeah, shadows, those are the spooky, like how a Marinode has the spookiness around it. And oh yeah, it doesn't come in right away, but Claret's next, and I think the audio on that's a little weird. It's not her best appearance. And the timing of it's also a little... Yeah, this is definitely a more rushed sound. And this voice is a little more strained than the previous Aya. But you know what? I feel like that actually kind of works. You know, ghosts can kind of be... Those are kind of shown having more strained sounding vocals, so... You know, maybe this does work in the concept's favor. And Calypso joins in one more time. We close out. And then so it's not left as just nothing at the end. I threw in Slumber one last time. Yeah, only 3 colors, so... It's pretty reflective of the element as a whole. I mean, that's what Celestials are supposed to do. Alright, the next one. These next 2 are much smaller. They only bring in 3 monsters each. They also... So yeah, this one just has Twang-a-Tune, Beast Mode, Lobot. Because with these 2, it's meant to round off the... Because the Storm and Spirit Ariyamoki already had all of their monsters shown, but this is set to round off the Sleep and Sludge with their last 2. And then the last 4 of the Dream ones, because only 2 had been seen up to that point. Here's Limbo Islands with... starring 3 monsters. I mean, this song already gets a 10 out of 10 from me for having Krillby. I love my Krillby. There's Twang-a-Tune. The audio is... The sync is a little off, but... It's got a lot of fast moving notes in it. So yeah. There's Beastmo. Very sharp horns, claws, and teeth. I'm looking at the there's like a little corner part of the instrument that got to shave off. There's a Lobot. The top of Lobot's head kind of looks off. It's just not like perfectly square. If I go back, when I go back to kind of like touch up some more of the monsters that I still have to get to, I'll definitely do like a lot of maintenance work. So they might not be big changes, but they'll definitely be touched up a lot. But yeah, their sounds on this are very simple. I forget if I have all three of them playing at a point that already happened yet and I missed it because I was talking about their designs. There it is, yeah. All three of them at a point. That's how it be. Twine strings kind of look off-center than they should be, but... And hey, going back and remastering them means I'll get to draw them all again, and that's always fun. And then, also July 16th, we get Noctoma, the last of the Sleep, and then Bellins and Sublin to wrap up Dream.
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho.
Who's first? This is Bellins. The audio on Bellins is not that good. I'll go back and design. I'll really make it look like the third hand holding the bell is actually holding it, because it just kind of looks like it's in front of it right now, but I'll like maybe wrap a finger around it or two or something. I like the simplicity of Bellins. It's just a little blob with three arms holding a cowbell. I think not. There he is. Aside from all like the fake instruments I use from a keyboard or GarageBand or something, Noctome is a real automaton. I don't have it with me, I should have grabbed it, but I got a few instruments. I got automaton, a kazoo. I got a kazoo, I can do Zucker now. Then I have a recorder. I also have a saxophone. Pull that out at some point. We'll throw everyone off by pulling that up. Someone comes in soon. Oh yeah, huh. Interesting, because this kind of predates something about Sublime that I've established afterwards. Like, Sublime was introduced in a cold environment, but I've made it canon that Sublime will freeze up in cold areas, actually solidify, like turn blue and everything, and then have a more echoey hum. Wow, huh? can definitely tell how old these are then. Oh no, forgot about that. Huh. Yeah, Noctoma kind of took a melody part here, but later on I kind of, in this one actually, I put him in a more transitional role. Here we go, Future Island, one of my favorite fan-made islands ever. All of them, August 26th. This one, everyone's returning except for one monster. The fourth of 5 Celestials. We'll get there. And we're starting off strong with Vibgyor. And fades away. There's Ring Dong. I couldn't not include my flagship monster out of one of my favorites. Next up to join is Noctoma, who pops in right now. Kind of lead-in with the other 2 monsters that have that part. Who's next? Is it Electra? Not Electra, yeah, it's Retroid. I know Electra is also in this. The notes kind of don't fully match up, but it's not the worst it could have been. There's Electra, coming in with a Star Wars wife. There we go, we got Crawler and Hatonk joining in, and going with another part. This is definitely my favorite part of the song. There is Poison. I say Poison's sound is probably my favorite of the 5 Celestials. This Crawler sneaking in. Maybe Crawler a little too big in this compared to the last shot. Oh well, it works. We got Poison in again. It might be hard to tell, but Poison's design here is definitely Kirby inspired. It's like a melted purple Kirby. Which is actually resemblant of one of the Smash alts for Kirby. I think this is my favorite part, because it's like the song's wrapping up, you think it's done, but then nope, everyone comes back in. Yeah. Poison's redesign is also in the works. It doesn't change too much, but... Alright, here we go. This is my favorite visit of all of them. December 20th. 2019, we're approaching 2 years. Like well, this one is my favorite for multiple reasons. Dead Rush instantly makes it amazing. It introduces officially 2 different new classes. The Altaseki, which at this point only included 2 monsters I had received from Dead Rush. And then the Stellaki, in which all 5 singles appear. And also this established Retroid's new updated sound. This is very big for all of my monsters and stuff, so... it starts off zoomed in. It's got Retroid in it. It's looking like it's going to be a classic WesconatorTheGuy visit. Got jumps to poison. And here we go. This is the big moment. Retroid starts flashing. Upgrade. Resymbol and Umbolt suddenly appear. Like, who are these? Retroid's all powered up by the island itself. It's a super Retroid. Symbol again. There's Cobblestunts. So I had initially drawn up the concept for Cobblestunts. So they kind of came full circle for me. Like, this is Dead Rush's version of them. When I redrew them, I really didn't change much about them at all. It's pretty much the same thing, just in my style. It's Valley, Wondursa, and Coltontac. I think Valley is my favorite of Dead Rush's monsters, so it's an honor to have received Valley. So this is one of the 2 islands that I have referenced musically in Sewer Dimenzone. It's at the part with Bogard, Nebula, Fungpray. The Fungpray sound is derived from this one. This is my favorite of all of Dead Rush's songs, so... Valley and Wondursa again. I just moved Wondursa center. Wondursa kind of jumped around in this one, taking up all the spots that left filled. And then if you look carefully right here, where is it? There it is. The visual error. I left a little bit of footage of recording something in there. And I forgot to edit it out, I didn't notice it. Alright. So this is the first of 2 ones I made to celebrate reaching 100 subscribers. I'm almost at 200 now, so... And we're getting there. Yeah, this is Psychic Island, an actual My Singing Monsters song. Yeah, this is, this one of all of them I will be going back to. I do plan to add more monsters to this. But we'll get there. Here we go. It's the green for me, the purple for Psychic Island. There's Plucky and Plinky again. Yeah, the shadow thing that happened with Crawler also happened to Plucky, but not Plinky for some reason. Or at least not as severely. Here we go, space. I'll have to talk about space another time because there's so much more to it. And Ring Dong a Claret. I feel like this is my equivalent of Mammoth, Pom Pom, and Furcorn right here. Like, those are the three mascots. These are like my main three. Reveal Space's eyes were closed. Now they're open, and you can see she's got stars just like the ear thing and the one holding the cape on. I think this is also the first time I used, not my keyboard, but GarageBand's clarinet for clearer audio. And this part, I created a whole room, and this showcases the two visits that are next. You can see Zephas there on the right. Save you for the next one. Just want to go back into the room for a second. As you can see, some of these are, might be a bit too dark, but yeah, these are various pieces of equipment for the Stalaki. You can see over there on the right, there's Flappy Tap's tables. Right next to that is Sticklang's symbol. I can show that on the left. You can see the recently shown Spirits Resurrected A-Bump's hat, and it's sitting on top of the speaker. Down there underneath that, you got Gekuya's shell, and there's a couple other things. I wonder when we'll get to see those. That I also made an alternate open-mouth space. Like, rather than drawing a whole new thing, just edit the face a little. I forgot the date for that one, but that's okay. Here we go. January 19th, 2020, the Shine Fields visit. Echo's definitely another creator who's had a major impact on my content. Like redesigns of some of my monsters like Retroid, remastering of Ring Dong. In this video there's also Vidgyor and Zarpy. Also, I've received a few of the Altaseki from him, and all three of them have now appeared in one way or another. Oriuno, Spacek, and then Spirits Remastered Psyche. And all three of them I had done concept art for. Not the initial of Spacek, but for the redesign, which actually looks a lot different than what it turned into. And then when I had received, I worked a little more of my design, but not too much of it into it. So yeah. That's when we start right away with Aya. And there's Spacek and Psyche. There's the redesign of Zarpy. She had appeared in a couple of Echo's songs, even spawning a hybrid in that, so that was very much an honor. I think at this point I've really mastered all the connecting to chords and everything. A bit of a weird transition there, but it's Claret. two here really fit the chill vibe of this part. It's ringtone. Oh no, so this isn't the part where Ibgor had gotten the redesign yet. That's coming up, but I mean, I'll flash the redesign now just for reference, but say it again. Yeah, seems to be following Psyche around. There's Retroid coming in if you were not startled now. You might be. I don't know how I got a shot with one of the monsters fading away, but oops. Alright. It's the end. Yep. Not as jarring retro interjection. I think you can hear like a vibration at some point, like a phone buzzing or something. I don't know. Okay, here we go, the second part of the subspecial. Like you see, they go together, psychic, hypno, because those similar symbols. Alright. I think this was my favorite one to work on visually because of everything that went into it. So, yeah. Here we go. This one's pretty big. I'll zoom in on the cave root key. It goes in. That's the title. I had to put the flashing visuals warning. Because even though I wasn't able to get like just the actual footage of the thing itself, I still have fun visual things going on. You saw Ruruki that zipped along. This part was cool. I got to add on to the visual fun by turning two of my monsters into other monsters. We got Beastmo as Glacier and Sublime as Sponge. I added the actual PNGs of their tops on. Okay, no, so Vibgor is not redesigned at this point yet. But it is lighting up in the darkness. Ruruki does not light up, so you have to listen carefully and look at the eyes. Because you are not going to see him otherwise. Well, that rhymed. So this part was fun, because it was moving around a lot, so I had to pick shots and throw Lobot and Bellins in. And they're both kind of shaking. It's something about to happen. The big reveal. With Hypno Island, I couldn't leave my monsters out of the fun. There we go. Bellins has turned into multi-limbs, sprouted multiple limbs from the spot on its body. Its arms have grown huge. Ruruki just kind of going wild there. Lobot's face is split apart, revealing a skull inside. There we go, it's Marinbold's new design. You can see the old design before Marinote pops in and covers it up. Even though Marinote doesn't play yet. Also, Claret also doesn't play yet, but Aya does. But you hear a whole new sound. What is that? And there it is. Scremlin. See Scremlin transform. And here we go, the fun, flashy visual shot. It's about to go wild here. And Claret just having a time. Aya's fully transformed. included the actual credits there, and then there's mine. There's Scremlin's form, and then turns and reveals the actual Scremlin. And then I have their credits there. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna do something a bit special here. I didn't do this in the actual video, and it's something I wanted to do, but I never remembered to do. I forgot to do it. I never remembered to do it. But this one doesn't have individual indications for the sounds. So what I'm gonna do, I'll leave a little bit more room here so you can see into my hallway, but that's not the point. Like up here, I'm gonna indicate what monsters are playing when, so you know. I'll have to go back and figure it out myself because I didn't mark it down anywhere, but here we go, Mana Valley. So this was planned to be the start of a series of doing all 10 of the Mana Islands with the Stalaki equivalents of the upbeats on it, so it would have a different Stalaki triple on each of them, like this one has Cosmic Cloudy. So that's Sleep, Sludge, and Dream. So I was going to do the others, but it's a very ambitious project, and with all the other content I have kind of together, I don't think I'll be able to do them. There is one more I want to do of it, the Mana Islands. And it's my favorite one, of course, like I said earlier, Crescent Castle. But yeah, that'll come in due time. Now we have this one. And this one has a lot of fun facts with a still outdated name. The artist, also formerly known as Noctis. I will translate. These are Slither Song-related facts. Like I said, Scarlet is my favorite. So I have versions of the... I drew the triple Jezebel and the quad Myconid. I was going to do it for the rest of them, but if I'm not going to get to them, I'll show their things right now. I don't have them colored, but so I have Magislime and then the 3 singles. Resymbol, Dozy XE, and Wonder. So far these facts are things I've already pointed out, but I think that number has changed at this point. I've done more than 3, but this is the first Gecko Yeah sound, so it'll get better. It sounds kind of weird now, but I made the bass line for one song and a few Allure characters. Oh yeah, and this one is Zappo. Zappo appeared before, like right before the visit started, so it didn't appear until now. If you want to see me in action, like talking and stuff, ask me things, I do frequent his Discord server. I'll leave a link in the description. That's where you can find me. Mostly it's my hangout spot. I put Goopers in Stormwatch Station. I think it's one of the best sounds on the island. On the... not island, in the song. Goopers is the first of anyone else's monsters I put in my songs that's not Altaseki. yeah. Cosmic Cloudy's sound is a little weird here. I had a bit trouble keeping the volume level. Yes, I was born 4 days before. I am the more powerful being. So this is something I'm gonna try to avoid doing. But the thing I want to have with Dozy XD be is that it'll only play once in the song to fully represent like the laziness of sleep. But I figured this was a special occasion, so it can play twice. If any of the facts were hard to see, you might have to go back to the initial video for it. You don't have to listen again if you don't want to. You can just scroll through if you want. Just let it begin, and then it didn't. Alright. So, I'm gonna get a little serious here. There is one more. One I saved for the end. And it's because I know it can be a more sensitive subject to some people, so like I'll wrap things up at first. There, if you can see, this video is, you can't really view it anymore. I took it down, but I figured because for the Visit series, this is important, even though it's not canon to it anymore. I won't show the whole thing on this, but it's because it uses Tin, the last Celestial, and it's the only appearance of Tin, like song-wise, on the channel so far. So if you want to stop the video now, I won't put anything else after this. So you're free to go move on to the next part of your day. Maybe go back and check out the facts you might not have been able to read. But yeah, so if you're stopping here, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me and a lot of the other creators in this community. We're all a team. Yeah, so if you're leaving now, I'll see you next time. Alright, so like I said, I won't show all the video. I'll jump to my parts in this. So there are things I can talk about. So got Tin coming in, there's Tin. So Tin sound uses an actual tin. I have a big empty metal tin that I just slapped on it. I put Sand Rascal and Calypso in to fit the theme. I have Sand Rascal popping out points. I have Phantasm in here. It kind of looks like there's a stray pixel that's flashing in and out on Phantasm. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's there in the redesign. I have Aya and Sublum. I have Sublum kind of wobbling. Sublum's audio is a bit too loud on this. I put Sarpy in here. I think that's it for all the oh, nope, there's one more. Okay, if we're gonna go back on the whole talking about monsters that are visually based off of other things, Sarpy is a big reference to the Kirby 64 final boss, 02. And Twangatoon's here as well. Being all Twangatoon and everything. Twangatoon is as Twangatoon does. We're just here to have a good time. Be all good friend buddies. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna make, like I said, I do want to make at least one more of these. I'll probably make some more in the future. Hey, I've introduced a few more monsters in this amount of time, so I can throw in some new faces. Yeah, alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Happy Thanksgiving, Feast Ember. Both of those.